Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping in today. I'm really excited about this project. It is my design team project for December, and I am definitely just coming in under the wire. December was very busy, and so I'm just now had a chance to sit down and do this, but I just had to. This month's kit is my Snow White Once Upon a Time collection, and I thought this project, I saw this during the Rach and Bella collaboration for Christmas. The channel was Crafty Landing, and I just fell in love with it, so I had to do it, and I thought this kit would be perfect. So let's take a quick peek and I'll show you how I made it. So this is like a little peekaboo storybook sort of thing. So we've got that, flips out, and every layer has one a little bit more revealing the final pretty beautiful picture of the Snow White and Prince Charming right there. So yeah, I love it. I love it. And it's not as complicated as you might think. So hang tight, go grab yourself a cup of coffee, and I will show you how I made this, okay? Okay, let's get started. So I've already picked out the pages that I want to use. And again, these are from my Snow White kit, the Once Upon a Time collection. You can see that the whole kit if you go to my Etsy shop and see all the beautiful pages with all the pretty images. And again, the kit itself, since it is part of the design team kit, it will be on sale through the end of January for 35% off with a special coupon code, and I'll have all of that below. So, all right, as you saw, I'm gonna use this as the final aha moment. Isn't that beautiful? And so what I'm going to do first is I think this is the order that I want to go in, the order of the pages. So I'm going to set this aside because that's going to happen a little bit later. I've got some cardstock handy here because that's going to go in between. And this was inspired by Crafty Landing, and she was part of the Rach and Bella Christmas collaboration this year as well. And this was her project, and I fell head over heels in love with it. I just thought it was just magical and beautiful and fun, interactive, and I thought, my Snow White kit, I think, will work very nicely with this. So I kind of saved it for this project. I was going to go ahead and just do it with something Christmassy, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to save this idea and do it with my design team project. Make it my design team project. So, all right. Let me just get this thing. Okay, so this is going to open like so, and this one is going to flip up like this, and then this one will be flipping open like this. Okay, so where we place the cardboard or the cardstock is going to be important. So what I need to do is figure out, let's see here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut the cardstock just let's see here. Where's my ruler? Just a little larger, a little longer, so that I have a tab. And this will be, I think I'm going to make it about an inch, just because. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's say 5 inches across. And then it needs to be the same for the length, which is about 7 3/4, a little bit shy. Let me do that. 5 by 7 and what did I say? 7 3/4. Yeah. All right. So let me I'm going to make two of those because one is going to flip this way, one's going to flap that way. For the one that flips this way, obviously it's going to be slightly different because the tab is going to be on the top. Oh, get rid of all this dog hair. Is that right? That is right. Awesome. Okay, so I've got 2 of those for the 2 sideways flips and flaps, and then for this one, I guess I only need one of these. So for this one, we're going to make it exactly. I'm just going to leave that how it is. But we need to make the width exactly what it is, which is 4. Well, that's easy enough, isn't it? I love when things work out and are easy, don't you? I do. Okay. Beautiful. So, oh my goodness, this is so fun, you guys. I just, Okay. So this one's gonna go like so. Oh, I made it a little bit too wide. Hang on. Yes. Okay. So now for the holes, that's going to be our next project, is getting the holes cut out. So here is what we're going to do. You need 3 holes, obviously, that are slightly graduating down in size. And I didn't have any kind of fancy die cuts or anything, so I just found some objects that will work. So this is going to be my biggest one. And just for your notes here, this is about 3 inches. This is going to be my next one down, and that's about 2.5. And then I think it was this one. Yeah, that one's going to be the next size down, and that's about 1 3/4. So, you know, about 1/2 to 3/4 inch less each time. It would be ideal, but what I've got I think will work just fine. So okay, and we're going to keep the cardboard in there, because that way we've got everything cut out at the same time. All right, and I'm going to use my little, hang on, I need to use paper clips. Oh my goodness, I just moved the camera, didn't I? Sorry. Oh my goodness. It's a little wobbly, because honestly, this is part of what keeps my stand in place, because it's really heavy. But I need to use it, so once I'm done, I guess I'll put it back on the stand. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's just do this and this and this. Oh, whale. Okay. Maybe here. All right, so and when you're picking whatever paper, just keep in mind, you know, you're going to be cutting, you know, part of the image away. So don't get something, don't choose something that you're going to be like, oh no, I wanted to keep that. So just be mindful of that. And that's in the kit. In this kit, there weren't many images that I didn't want to, you know, put a hole in. So that's kind of why I used the background papers that are in the kit. In addition to this one, I thought this one will be just fine with a hole in it, a window, I should say. So let me stand up for this, just so I can get my eyes on it. And let me take a look at this again. I feel like this is, I'm not going to have this completely centered, because they're not completely centered. You know what I mean? So I may have to do some collaging to this to make it, to have this, you know, where it needs to be. Because I think they're going to need to be about here, and you can see this a little bit shy there. So, but I think that's fine. I will work with that. So I think just keeping everything just in the center and maybe, you know, slightly higher, I think that will work just fine. So So there we go. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, so do a circle. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to do this off camera because this will, you know, I don't want to rush it, and you know, you don't need to watch the whole process. But I'm just going to cut kind of an X in the middle and then cut around with my scissors, with my fussy cut scissors, okay? And then I'll be back. Okay, so that was easy breezy. You know, cut all 3 pieces at the same time, and boom, Bob's your uncle. Okay, so now we're gonna do the part that flips up this way. Let's get it all lined up here. Just for a second, I'm gonna put another, well, you know what, hang on. Don't want the cardstock to move from here. But just for a moment, I also am going to I'll make sure that it's lined up here. Always take a minute, make sure things are lined up. And put another one here, just because I can. Okay. So now we're going to decide where this, well, not decide, but this is going to go in the middle, right there. So that helps us kind of determine that. And I did go ahead and ink the edges of the circle on both sides, because that will help it look a little finished. You know, if you don't cut perfectly, that's okay, because we're going to be embellishing this around the circle as well a bit. So okay, this one's a little slippery, so I hope it doesn't move while I'm... ay, ay, ay. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to do the same thing, and then we will move on to the 3rd page. Hang tight. All right, and we're back for the final window. I already clamped everything down. And let's just see here about getting this nice and centered. This is going to be a small hole. In the original video that inspired me from Crafty Landing, her page was quite a bit bigger. It was a you know, like a normal journal page size. And my Snow White kit is a traveler's notebook size. So everything's a little taller and skinnier, but you know, that doesn't really matter. But it does make the windows have to be a bit smaller. So that one's a little harder to see because of all the black, but that's okay. So I thought I would, on this one, I would keep you on camera with me. Just in case you don't really know what I'm talking about when I'm cutting the circle out. Just in case I you know, I have to remember I've got lots of newbies on my channel, and I'm so happy to have you here, and I hope to be helpful and inspiring. So I'm not going to assume that you know what I mean. So this, unfortunately, you can't see the lines. I can. So I just have a tip. As I was cutting the other ones out, I thought, you know what, this might be helpful for someone. So I'm going to tell you how I do this. First of all, you have to see where your lines are at, but I think I got it right here. Okay, so since we're cutting through 3 pieces of paper, I'm going over it a couple of times to be sure it cuts all the way through. Okay. And then find my line. Oh my goodness. That's a bit tough, but it's doable. It's doable. Okay, one more. Make sure I get through all the way. Okay, and I did. Okay, so now when I cut, I don't try to like go all the way to the edge to find that line. I kind of like gracefully, I try to gracefully just kind of ease my way into the outside line, which again, you can't see, but I think you'll see what I mean once it's finished. So I just kind of ease my way into the circle, that end of that circle line. So, and then just carefully follow along. Take your time because, you know, no need to rush, right? Sometimes I feel rushed when I'm on camera because I don't want you to be bored and waste your time, but sometimes things need to be done carefully. So, but for this one, I thought I would just take you along on this one so you can see what I mean. And here we're coming to the end here. And you can see already my trajectory is here. So when I started, I didn't try to go all the way here and then make a sharp turn. I just kind of gracefully eased into that circle. And then I think that just makes for a much cleaner, even circle. So just like that. And then I can ease right into that. There, see? It's pretty, whoops, I have one little straggly. So that makes for a pretty nice circle. So that was my tip of the day. Okay, so. All right, so now, oh, here comes the fun part. Well, it's all fun. What am I saying? It's all fun. Okay, so I'm going to be using 3 different window materials, I guess you can say. I'm going to use the vellum for this one, like so. And I'm going to use tulle for this one, like so. And I'm going to use this lace. This wasn't ideal. I mean, it's beautiful lace. I was wanting to use like just plain white or cream. But this has a little bit of a very delicate green, kind of a greenish blue, which is beautiful. But that's all I have as far as like a wide piece of lace like this. And I think it'll work just fine. And I think what I'm going to do is center that rose right in there. I think that'll be really pretty because I think I'll do it this way. Yeah. So, so anyway, let me get these out of the way now. And let us cut this. All right. And get these guys off. Now let me cut it to size using, let's do this here. Okay, so, oh, that's gonna be so pretty. That fits in there really nice. So I don't need the whole thing, obviously. Let me cut it to about here. Now the Crafty Landing tutorial, she sewed around the edges. And I am not a sewer, not yet. I have a sewing machine. I haven't dared to use it yet. Well, it's not so much I haven't dared. I did put it off for a long time, but I really don't have space to set one up right now. I'm hoping that will change in this next year. I'm hoping my space will change. So I will at some point get into sewing on my paper crafts because I adore how that looks. I think it's just stunning. But for now, and now all of us are sewers or have a sewing machine. So for now, I'm just going to do it, so that it works for everyone. You can sew around the edges or you can just glue it, which is what I'm going to do. And then, look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty already. Okay, I guess I need to do a little bit, cut a little more off here. I don't need it to hang over where the tab is going to be. So let's see here. Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to glue this down and then glue both sides to the cardstock. And I'm going to do that on all 3 pages. All right, and then I'll be back and we'll get to decorating. All right, and we're back. So this is the fun part. Before we decorate though, I lied just a minute. I want to go ahead and get the scores and the kind of miter the edges a bit and do the kind of score it so that it folds nicely. So let's just do that real quick here. Just a slight angle. Just a little bit. Okay. So let me get my scoreboard back out. Okay. All right, now let me get this back here. This is a great scoreboard. I love it, by the way. If you're looking for one, I highly recommend the I think it's the We Are Memory Makers brand. This is by far so much better than the one I had, the cheap. I think it was the cheap Hobby Lobby version actually. So I love Hobby Lobby, but that brand was not great. Okay, so let me just find a nice line here and just score. Okay, so this one is going to be folding like this, and then this one. Now let me go ahead and crease this really good. Really good. I'll have to ink the edge. I went ahead already and inked all the edges around. I'll just have to ink this edge now. And you may have noticed I inked in my favorite walnut stain, and I had a hard time deciding. I really debated with myself about whether I should ink it in black, because obviously with all this black it would have looked really sharp with black as well, but I wanted it to also have like a really vintage old look. So I decided to just stick with my favorite walnut stain. I don't think you can really go wrong with that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna stick with. But black would have certainly looked very, very sharp. Very sharp. I may regret it. I don't know. But I just love the brown weathered look. Ah, goodness gracious. So sue me. Okay. So now I'm just going to kind of decorate around the whatchamacallit here, around the windows. And I'm going to do the first one with you, and then I will do the other 2 off camera because, again, to save time and such. And I'll probably, since these are plainer, I may add, I've already got some of my fussy cuts ready here. I may add some scenes and some fussy cuts down, you know, not just around, but just to kind of make it a little more interesting. We'll see. We shall see. So let's just start with the first one here. Yeah, I decided to do, I'm gonna just do her there. Oh, and I pulled some of my black cheesecloth out because since there's a lot of black, and like I said, black is really sharp. I think it'll still look okay even though I did the edges brown. But maybe a little, you know, black cheesecloth behind her. And, ooh, you know what? Maybe some black cheesecloth and white tulle. That might look interesting. Okay. Let's go for that. Kind of like this. Let me flatten that out for a minute here. Okay. So let's do, oops, spread this puppy out. Okay. I love cheesecloth. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Okay. And let me see. What if I don't think I need all of this. Just part of it. No, I'm not sure. It probably isn't even showing up on camera, but it kind of adds another little layer of interest. So I don't know if I want to do a whole lot more on the front one. Simply because I don't really have any fussy cuts that I think would, well, maybe a little bit more here. I don't know. I don't have any fussy cuts that I think would look good up here. I think actually that she does look good there. So maybe I'll do that. So let's get her down. And it doesn't have to be, layers of fabric underneath. I probably won't do that for all of it, but I felt like this one needed a little bit of that. So we'll just do this like so. It's okay if it hangs out there, I think. If it gets in the way, we can just cut it off. Oh my goodness, my glue. I might have to go get another bottle very soon. Okay. Okay, now something else I just remembered I was going to tell you. When you're placing your fussy cuts and decorations around, keep in mind what's going to be showing through on the other side. The Crafty Landings video, she actually had put the fussy cuts on a cardstock that had a colored background that kind of coordinated, so that like in the back, like when you turn it around, it wasn't just white showing like this. And I already printed them out on cardstock, so I don't need to do that. But I was thinking if I needed to, I could ink the back, just either with the brown or maybe with the black in this case, if there's going to be too much showing. Although there's a lot of white as well, so the white, kind of goes with it. It really depends on how you feel about things, how you feel that will look. I think in this case, this is fine. That doesn't bother me at all showing like that. So, but for her, I do like her up here in this corner. I do, kind of just up in the corner like that. And when she shows, I think the brown would look best with this. So I'm gonna ink the bottom of her just a little bit. Let me grab my, okay. Let's ink her up just the part that's gonna show. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that works. So it'll just depend on each piece where I end up putting that. But you know what? What I might also do, before I put this down, I'm going to take a look at my other fussy cuts I have in the kit. It has phrases. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but I think I might want to use those, especially on the ones that need a little bit more embellishment. So before I glue her down, I'm going to go print out some of those, fussy cut them, and then continue to decorate the pages. And then I will be back with you and show you how to put it all together finally, okay? All right, hang tight. Okay, I'm back. I'm finished. I got it all decorated up and it was super fun. And so I went ahead, I kind of tried to follow the storyline a little bit because I'm a storybook nerd. So on the front one, we've got Once Upon a Time. And then One Day My Prince Will Come. She's beautiful, just like an angel. And then Go On, Have a Bite. And then Lips Red as Rose, Hair Black as Ebony, Skin White as Snow, Pleasant Dreams. and then happily ever after. And then this is where this puppy's gonna come, right? So now the question of the hour is, how do we want to position this? Oops, this way. How do we want to position? I want them to be right here. So, oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Oh, love it. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to, it doesn't, if I were to line it up exactly with this, they'd be a little bit off center, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I like that, just like that. So what I'm going to do, make myself little marks here and just trim it down where it needs to go. And then to make up for this little gap that we've got, I'm going to just, I think, either collage or maybe just do washi tape. It's just a really thin strip. So I'm going to cut this out and then back it onto some cardstock as well. I should have just printed it on cardstock to save myself the trouble, but it's okay. It's all fixable. I'm going to put it onto cardstock, and then we will, you know, fix that gap that's there. And then we will put it all together. So let's start by, oh, wait, let me fix that. I was going to maybe do some collage, but since it's just such a narrow strip, I'm going to see if I can find some washi tape that will look nice with this. And there we have it. That's perfect. I love it. Okay. So it's wide enough, right? Yeah, just wide enough. Just. So that's actually really sticky, but just because I think we all feel the same way about washi tape. It's not, oh my goodness, it wants to stick again. It's not always the best at staying permanently stuck. So, goodness gracious, it doesn't want to, it's sticking really good to itself. So I'm going to just do just a little bead of this to give it some extra oomph, because I don't want this peeling off down the road, you know. Let's just make it permanent. Okay. All right. I'm just going to take it right to the edge. So here's the other thing that I need to decide. In the Crafty Landings video, she was making this as a journal topper. And this obviously would make a fantastic journal topper. But I also kind of like the idea of it being kind of its own thing. So I don't know. If this were to be a journal topper, then I wouldn't have to do much more, I don't think. I could just glue this onto a journal top cover. But I don't know yet. So let's just glue this all together and see how I feel afterwards. So let's start with this one. Okay. And get it all lined up here. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Now, then think about this. That white showing there, I'm not crazy about that. Hang on. I might actually, that, I don't know if I should do that in black. Let me, give me just a second here. I might actually do that seam in black. Okay, that's better. It's not as obvious. But before we move on, I'm going to do that to the rest of them before I glue them. Okay. All right, and then we'll do that one's last, and this one is on top. Okay, it flips up like so. How fun, how fun, how fun. All right, and then this final one here. I might need to trim that off. I was liking how it sticks out, but it might hinder the folding a little bit. So I'll just trim that off a bit. All right. And then the final. And it is getting thicker. And I think what I need to do to have it line up, I think I need to add another score line so that it kind of accommodates the thickness of all of this. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. All righty. So now, yes, that makes it fit. All the little fat pieces there will fit better now. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, get that lined up, get that lined up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Don't want it to move because it's right where it needs to be now. Oh, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. So we've got this, this, and this. How fun. Oh, I think I need to put something there. I need to put, oh, I put happily ever after there. Let's see. How many more? Let me see how many more of the quotes would work there. Happily ever after. Pleasant dreams. Remember on the wall. One day my prince will come. One more. Oh, I put that there. That's okay. I should have maybe saved that for that. But that's okay. It's pretty all on its own, I think. That's okay too. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, and this did not go as far as I thought. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to leave this as a journal topper or just have it be its own thing? I kind of like the idea of it just being its own thing, honestly. Because I'm not sure I'm going to make a Snow White journal, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to, but I love this little contraption here. Absolutely love it. So, because this is not going to go in a journal cover, we're going to dress this up for just the last final touch. And let me see. Just because I happen to have her left over, should I have that be the back? That wouldn't be bad, would it? That wouldn't be bad at all. That wouldn't be bad at all. Just put her on, I would put her on cardstock because if this is all lumpy bumpy now, she would be, this is just regular paper. I would feel like it's kind of lumpy bumpy. So let me put her on cardstock, cut her down, put her on cardstock, and then we'll finish up. All right, so I've got her backed on some cardstock, And I'm just going to go ahead and make her the back, and then this will be its own separate little just contraption. But I do want to have it tied shut with a pretty ribbon, and I thought like a pretty organza ribbon like this would be great. And this is literally all I have left of this one. I thought this was the best option that I have, so I'm hoping I'm hoping it'll be enough to tie. I don't think I'll be able to tie a bow, unless it's a very small bow. But that's okay. I can just do like, you know, a knot and have it hang. I think that'll be fine. That'll be fine. We'll make that work. So, so yeah, let me see. Let me figure out where do we want to have it? A little bit higher, maybe. I think having it up, not necessarily in the center, but up like this. Or in the center-ish. Well, you know, since it's see-through and it doesn't cover her up completely, I think I'll just stick with a center. Okay, so let's get that. You know, there's a little bit of residue on here, and it's wanting to fold in a way that is not fixable. So I'll just cut that off, make little angles there. Okay, so now, not sure. I will, we will do this. Actually, I'll just use this. Scooping out. Okay, because this is all just going to get glued down anyway. Okay, so I've got that. Make sure I've got everything right side up. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of just go for it here. Okay, and guess what? This gives me one more surface. One more surface to decorate, and I think I have, didn't I have, yes, who's the fairest of them all? I think that's what I will put there. Okay, and I've got this one little last piece of red ribbon that's just burning a hole on my desk. I want to use it up. So I think that will look nice here with the red roses, and just maybe just do a little band like that. Yes, and I want to scruff up this side too. So let me pull some of these threads. I just love this ribbon. I got it from Hobby Lobby, I believe. And it's not quite even, but you know what? That's the beauty of scruff. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That works. That way I've got my my last little piece of scruff there used up and put to good use. Okay, she's done. She's done. Okay, I'll tie that up later. Let's do one more quick flip through. This is so much fun. I just absolutely love this idea. Ta-da! How fun is this? Well, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you were inspired to try this yourself. I know I was. When I saw Crafty Landing's version of this, I thought, oh my, oh dear, oh goodness. I just love it. I just love it. So thanks again for joining. If you enjoyed it and you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe, give me a thumbs up, And feel free to comment below, and I'm happy to have discussions with you if you have any questions. So yeah, thanks you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.